You've seen it everywhere, right? On social media, wellness blogs, maybe your friend is swearing by it. The whole idea that starting your day with a glass of lemon water is the ultimate secret to melting fat. I mean, it's simple, it's refreshing, and it just feels healthy. But does this super popular trend actually hold up? Well, let's get into it and separate the science from the hype.
So let's just cut right to the chase. This is the big question. Does drinking lemon water have some kind of special, magical ability to literally go in and burn your body fat? And look, I'm just going to be straight with you. The direct, science-backed answer is a very clear no. There's no secret ingredient or enzyme in lemon water that specifically targets your fat cells. Your body's metabolism is just way more complicated than that.
But hold on a second. If it doesn't directly burn fat, then why on earth is it so famous for weight loss? Well, it turns out that while it's definitely not a magic potion, there is a very real, indirect connection, and understanding that difference is everything. So let's break down how this actually works. The benefits of lemon water are really less about the lemon itself and almost all about the water and the simple yet powerful habits it helps you build.
So the biggest factor here by far is something called the replacement effect. And it's a super simple idea, but it is incredibly powerful. It's just the act of swapping a drink that's loaded with calories for one that has basically none. That one little change can be an absolute game changer.
Just think about it for a second. That daily soda, or that sweetened coffee, or maybe a fancy latte you grab in the morning, that can easily pack around 200 calories. And for a lot of us, that's a daily habit we don't even think about.
And this is where the math really starts to add up. Just by swapping that 200-calorie drink for a glass of lemon water every day, you create a weekly calorie deficit of 1,400 calories without changing anything else. And over time, that makes a huge difference. The key thing to remember is that the weight loss comes from the absence of sugar, not the presence of lemon.
But it doesn't stop there. There are other real science-backed benefits. First, anything that gets you to drink more water is just plain good for your overall metabolism. Second, studies have shown that drinking water before a meal helps you feel fuller, what scientists call satiety, which can lead you to eat about 13% fewer calories during that meal. And finally, there's this cool thing called water-induced thermogenesis. Your body actually has to burn energy to warm up the water you drink, which can give your metabolism a temporary little boost of up to 30%.
Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking. But wait, I heard about these special compounds in lemons, these polyphenols. Aren't they supposed to be the secret fat-burning ingredient? That's a great question, so let's fact-check it.
Now, a lot of this buzz comes from a 2008 study, and in that study, researchers found that lemon polyphenols did, in fact, help stop mice on a high-fat diet from gaining weight and body fat. And when you just read that headline, it sounds amazing, right? But here is the massive catch. You really have to look at the fine print. First off, the study was on mice, not people. And more importantly, they were given a super high dose of polyphenols that were extracted from the lemon peel. The stuff you're squeezing into your water? That's from the flesh, and it's so diluted in comparison. The two things just aren't the same.
So the bottom line here is really clear. The exciting results from that mouse study just do not translate to what happens when we drink a glass of lemon water. The dosage, the source, it's like comparing apples to, well, lemon peels.
All right, let's tackle the other giant buzzword you always hear paired with lemon water. Detox. You know the claims, right? Flush out toxins. Cleanse your system. But do you really need a special drink to do that? Here's the truth. Your body is already an absolute expert at detoxification. It's got this amazing, powerful, sophisticated system that runs 24/7, all on its own, no lemon water required. And the real heroes of this whole operation, your liver and your kidneys. Your liver is like this master filter, constantly working to break down harmful stuff and turn it into harmless waste. And then your kidneys take over and flush all that waste right out of your body. They are the true detox powerhouses.
So a much better way to think about this is that lemon water is a fantastic hydration sidekick. It gives your kidneys the fluid they need to do their all-important job. But the lemon water isn't the detox engine, your organs are.
So it's not a magic fat burner, but it's totally harmless, right? Well, not so fast. While it's generally safe for most people, it's not completely without some risks you should be aware of, especially if it's a daily habit.
The number one thing to watch out for is your teeth. The citric acid in lemons is pretty potent, and over time it can soften and erode your tooth enamel. For some people who are sensitive to acid reflux or GERD, it can also make those symptoms a little bit worse.
And here's one most people don't know. Certain compounds in citrus can actually make your skin a bit more sensitive to sunlight.
But hey, don't worry. For the biggest risk, your teeth, there's a super simple pro tip. Just drink your lemon water through a straw to help it bypass your teeth. And when you're done, just give your mouth a quick rinse with plain water. Easy as that.
So after busting the myths and looking at the real science, where does that leave us? What's the final verdict here? Is lemon water a magic potion, or is it more of a helpful partner?
Let's just lay it all out nice and simple. Lemon water is an awesome hydration tool. It's a great source of vitamin C. It's a fantastic low-calorie way to add flavor. And it is a very healthy replacement for sugary drinks. What it is not is a direct fat burner, a metabolic shortcut, a detox cleanse, or some kind of magic weight loss potion.
And let's not lose sight of the most important takeaway of all. The real, undisputed driver of fat loss will always be a sustained caloric deficit, period. That just means you're consistently using more energy than you're taking in. Lemon water can be a useful tool to help you achieve that, but it is not the driver itself.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about for yourself. When you look at your own daily routine, is that drink you always reach for a genuine health habit that's supporting your goals? Or is it maybe just a health trend you've been following? Knowing the difference can change everything.